Good evening, guys, and happy, what is today? Saturday to all of our sunshiny faces. I think I shared with you guys yesterday, maybe on Thursday or something like that, that I was probably not going to have a haul for you guys today because we were going out for Jack's birthday. Even though his birthday was last month, my dad's birthday's in May. Matthew, Jack, and my dad's birthdays are all right in a row. Matthew's is in March, Jack's in April, and then my dad's in May. Not on the same day, it's just they're, you know, like, actually Jack and Matthew are pretty close. They're only like a month and not a month and 5 days, but like birthdays are only off 1 month and like I think it's 5 calendar days. But my dad's is at the end of the month. So Matthew and Jack's is like at the very beginning of the month, and then my dad's is like at the very end of the month though. So like the spacing between his and Jack's are pretty far, but like Matthew and Jack's are almost exactly a month apart. So anyways though, we ended up celebrating that today, and we were going out to eat for his birthday because I don't remember if like we weren't going to be able to do it, I think, on the weekend of his birthday or something like that. Something I think came up, but we were like, I think like originally it would have worked better, I think, if we planned it for the week before, like the weekend before his actual birthday, and he was like, oh, I want to do it the week after, and then I think something came up. Like we had it scheduled and planned to have done it, but I think something ended up coming up, and then we ended up, we were like, well, do you want to do it next week or like something like that? And he was like, no, let's just like move it to like, you know, again, this month. So we ended up going out today, but that was also difficult too to try and figure out because we've got like so much stuff that's like going on in May. I think one of the other things too though was Easter, because Easter was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, and so it was also like in a fall kind of weird, where I think the weekend then after that, when we were planning on doing it, we were like, well, we can't because it's Easter. We've got like so much stuff that's going on in May also. So this weekend was Jack's birthday party, kind of. We went out to eat and like gave him his presents, everything like that. I think next week, it's either next week's Mother's Day or next week we have nothing going on. I actually think next week is Mother's Day, and we are going to I don't know, probably go out to eat possibly or something like that for Mother's Day. I think we're going out though on Saturday, maybe, and then I think we're going out to the movies possibly also. I actually don't know. I don't remember. We're supposed to go and see the new Marvel movie, and I don't remember if that's the weekend that we're going out for Mother's Day also. Like, but I also don't know if it was on Sunday that we were planning on going to go and see the movie, or if it was on Saturday on, like, because we were initially planning to go out, I think, like, for like a Mother's Day thing on Saturday instead, possibly like Saturday evening. I don't know. I remember us talking about this when we were figuring everything out, like almost like a month ago. Now I don't know for sure exactly what's happening. All I know is that eventually at some point too, my dad's birthday is at the end of the month. His birthday is almost always like the weekend of Memorial Day weekend. So we always end up normally doing something like kind of the whole weekend, because a lot of times he'll have off anyway. So like we kind of just like celebrate the whole weekend and grill, like that kind of stuff, because normally it will be nice weather, hopefully. Actually, the last 2 days I have just felt very crummy, and I feel like it's because the weather has been bad. Like on Friday I didn't feel that great, which was yesterday. Thursday I don't think I felt really that bad, even though the weather was kind of bad on Thursday too. And then today I did not feel good either. Like I just felt like every like joint and ached in my body today. Like I just felt so uncomfortable, and I was like, I feel like it's, even though it was raining yesterday, I think it was raining yesterday and Thursday possibly, but it wasn't like, then today it wasn't raining, but it was still really cold. Like it was warm, it was so hot on Monday, and then it like cooled down a ton when the rain kind of came like in the middle of the week or whatever, and now it's like the weekend's like cold. However, I think it's supposed to like slowly start warming up. I think tomorrow and Monday is actually supposed to rain. Then I think it's supposed to warm up. Then after that, like by next weekend, we're gonna be back in like the 80s, which will be really nice. I'm looking forward to that. But that's just the kind of crazy. Like right now, I literally just heard the furnace going. I was like, oh, the furnace must be going because it's cold. And like Monday, it was like we almost needed to turn the air conditioning on because even just having the windows open wasn't like that great. Like it didn't cool it down that much, but it was only one day where it was that hot. If like by next week, like next weekend, it's like, you know, consistently like 80 degrees and stuff like that, we might have to turn the air on. Because like the thing is that when it's like that though, it's like it'll be hot for one day, but then it gets cool. So it's like overnight it like cools down and the house isn't as hot. And like, you know, again too, like it lets in all the cool air and like there was a nice breeze and like that kind of stuff, even though it was hot. But if it's like that like next weekend and it's just consistently like that we might have to turn the air conditioning on at that point. But also too, it's like if it's gonna stay like that, like if it's gonna be 80 and now all of a sudden summer's here, that's when it's like, okay, turn the air on. But if it's like 80 and then it's gonna go back down to being like 60 in the middle of the week, it's like, yeah, no, let's not do that. You know, like we can tough it out for like 3 days instead of turning the air conditioning on, turning it off, having to turn the heat back on. Like that's just, it's crazy. Like especially when the weather gets like that, it's really crazy. So you know, and that's living in the Midwest. Like I said, you go through those times where it's hot and then it's cold, and then again too, you can have one weekend where it's amazing and then the next weekend it's like, oh my gosh, we gotta bundle up to go outside. You know. So anyways, I will see you guys though in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.